Hey guys, this is Gary, and this is Hot Boys Garage, episode 3. I planned on making episode 3 a how-to on degreeing a camshaft on a 450cc based engine, but I lost one of my cam tower dowels and had to order a few more. So instead, for episode 3, I'm going to show you guys my black 2005 Honda TRX450 quad that's sitting behind me here. I call this my little bike. I've had it since 2006. I bought it in June of 2006 off of eBay, of all places. It's been through quite a few rebuilds. I first used it as a trail quad, and then I used it to ride the roads and pavement in West Virginia when I lived there. And lately I've added some modifications to turn it into a little bit of a fair style drag racing bike. It's still pretty much full plastic, it's pretty heavy, and it's still a stock bore, stock stroke motor. So what I'm going to do is do a quick walk around with the plastic on, and then I'm going to go ahead and take all the plastic off and walk around and talk to you guys about the different parts and pieces that are on it. Okay, here's the left side with the plastics on. Coming on around. The right side. And the rear view with the plastics on. Okay, I've got the plastics and gas tank all removed. Start up here with the front end. We got Marvin Shaw front shocks and Fireball Racing +2, -2 geometry AA arms. We're using the stock spindles and hubs. And Santoys Unlimited drag cut 10x4 wheels. I am also still running front brakes on this bike so that I can legally run this at Bedford, Pennsylvania 500-foot dirt drags. Their rules say you got to have front brakes, so that's why they're still on there. Coming on up top, still got the stock headlight. And down in there is a Dynatech programmable ignition. I've also got that hooked up to a 2-step with a switched clutch lever from Pingle. Stock handlebars, stock stem, spider grips, Pro Armor kill switch up here, and a little toggle switch here that controls the fan on the radiator. And then down here we got stock radiator, stock fan, ESR temperature gauge. Moving on back to the engine. Again, it's a stock bore, stock stroke, 0405 TRX450R engine. Racer's Edge, Arizona did the port work, head work, valve job. It's got titanium +1 intake valves and titanium stock size exhaust valves. It's got a web camshaft, 242 812+5 cam in it. The piston is a JE piston. It's from DASA. It's their custom job. I think they call it the Loretta Lynn's piston. It's 13-to-1 static compression, but it's kind of designed for decked heads. So this head's been decked. Total compression's probably a little over 15, maybe 15.5 to 1. Crank in it is a stock crank with a Carrillo rod that's been welded, balanced, and trued, and it's got a stock transmission in it. So coming up here on top, we've got a large Racer's Edge Arizona filter using the stock 0405 intake, and this intake actually has the Racer's Edge adapter on it as well. Fits inside the inlet of the stock intake, and it's an adapter that allows you to run filters with a 4.5-inch inner diameter mounting flange. Nice bump in power. The stock air box, I've cut it down so that it'll clear these large filters and also clear the shock underneath here. And then the carburetor is actually an FCR carburetor off of a 2005 Honda CRF450R dirt bike. It's been taper bored to 43.5 millimeters by Shredrum. It's got a NOS or DASA adapter on the back of it. And I've also got down here the R&D FlexJet. If we come on down to the foot controls, these are Cunningham fabrication chromoly foot pegs. Also got a Moose polyurethane case saver, steel front sprocket, I think it's a 15 tooth, a DID ERT2 non-O-ring chain. All that goes back to a PBI aluminum rear sprocket. Okay, so we switch sides here. Here you can see the full DASA exhaust. Rear canister is a shorty, 4 inches off of it. Got the stock heat shield on there to help with the heat. You can see it's got a direct drive lockout on it with the direct drive kicker. And then there's also a Cunningham fabrication custom rear brake pedal here. It's curved to work around the lockout. And as you can see, almost everything on this bike has been powder coated. Actually, a couple of years ago, I tore this bike all the way down, every nut and bolt, got everything that I could powder coated by a company called Right Away Powder Coating in Middletown, Maryland. They do fantastic work. They do all of mine and my dad's powder coating for us, so can't recommend them enough. If you're in need of some powder coat and you're in the Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia area, definitely look them up. Even if you're not in the area, I know they do shipping, so rightawaypowdercoating.com. So that's a plug for our powder coat guy. Come on back here to the rear end of the bike. You see there is a +6 chromoly swing arm. This is also by Cunningham Fabrication. It's a no-link swing arm, and I've got a rear shawl on there. It has been, I think I've got 1500 PSI in it, so it's very stiff, almost like a strut. And it's been turned down by the guys at Marvin Shaw, machined down a little bit. Got a cheap niche, I think it is, rear bearing carrier, eBay. I think they're like 80 bucks. They work really well. Also got a pretty cheap and light steel rear rotor, stock brake with the parking brake block off here. And this is all mounted on a JJ&A play axle. And the rear tires are the Otsu MR501s that used to come stock on 400EXs. And they're mounted on, I think these are 8x9 Douglas 125 Blue Label wheels. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not much of a tech video, but definitely a video that I wanted to do eventually anyways. Alright guys, that's a wrap for episode 3. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for more content as soon as my cam tower dowels show up in the mail. Promise I'm going to make a cam degreeing video. And in between videos, you can always follow me on social media. Facebook page is Hot Boys Racing. Instagram is @HotBoysRacing. I'll stick links to both of those in the description below. And if you want to see the little bike in action, there are tons of videos of it on my YouTube channel. Just search back. I've got videos as old as 12 years ago where I'm riding wheelies on the road and drag racing in a field, and I've got videos from it from last year racing at the Bedford, Pennsylvania 500-foot clay track. So make sure you check them out. And as always, thanks for watching.